what we're doing, you know, notice is coming back from the bottom. I mean, these cars have not raced before. The engines are not the engines we'd eventually like to have. There'll be more development. This year we are having a development year. I hope that we're going to win a lot next year. And then we have some very more exciting cars up our sleeve in the years to come.
Some electric air. People are really excited because here we have a major corporation jumping in with both feet, and people realize that it's a monumental effort, a lot of work, but here they are, and they're here to stay. You know.
Looking on a race car is very nice because you see, number one, instant response for what you have, and the materials that you use on a spacecraft, you never get to see them, they go into orbit, whereas on a race car you get to see them right on when they work.
I think they're really appreciative of what Ford are trying to do. You know, they've got the small engine, the engine in the front, and they've really gone out and done their own thing, trying to show that, you know, Ford, you know, get their technology to the people and show that they really are a progressive company and they're doing all the right things, and that really seems to come back. And they haven't just gone out and bought a March and ordered a Ford with a Ford engine in it. They've really started from the ground up, and I think people are impressed and appreciative that they've got something else which is different to come and barrack for.
To make a statement about Ford Motor Company's capability of building a car as good as anybody. To me, as a European, it's always been amazing the amount of technology around in this country, and yet there is not a single race car built and designed in the United States that is competitive in road racing. Road racing is totally dominated by imports. And I think we'd like to change this with this car.
I find it very exciting. You know, I've always wanted to run this type of racing, but only with a factory team. And I was very pleased that I was given a chance to run in the team. And, you know, to start at the beginning and then follow it through to the end is a nice challenge. You know, and it's very interesting. Both, you know, the driver learns a lot, the crew learns a lot, and you do it together, and it's really nice.
This is an effort which underlines Ford Motor Company's capabilities of being able to build cars as good as anybody, if not better.
Half of our business is outside the United States. We are, I suppose, the strongest worldwide company in the auto business worldwide. We are bringing together all our people and our talents and our engineers. It's very interesting today that of the 4 drivers in the 2 cars, we've got 2 Americans, 1 German, 1 Australian. And it's a wonderful international effort to improve the American breed, really. it's very interesting. People don't know, but very few of the Indy cars were actually built in this country. I mean, and very few of the engines, for that matter. But this car was designed and developed and built here. And that's what we have to do. We have to, it may sound funny for somebody to say it with an English accent, but we're determined to do it in America. Mr. Riley, come along.
Okay, Mr. Hayes, could you tell me what does it mean to Ford to be back in automobile racing here in the United States?
Well, the first thing is a great deal of fun. I think we enjoy it a lot. That's really what it's mostly about in a way. But we do say that we are racing into the future, and what we are learning from these cars we are using to improve the cars on the roads of America.
Do these cars represent a technical advance, do you think, as far as automotive technology is concerned?
Yes, I do. For example, we're not racing great big engines and great big cars anymore. They've got a 1.7-litre turbo engine. Next year we will be selling 8 cars with turbos in this country. We've also used aerospace technologies, some very new fiber developments and carbon fiber and materials of that kind. We think they're very safe cars. We've paid a lot of concentration on the safety. We've done a lot of work on tires and suspensions. It's meant to help the guy who never wants to drive more than 50 miles an hour. But they do actually have a closer collection now than they've ever had.
Do you think this is a long-term effort for Ford? In other words, do you expect to be here for the next, from here on out, pretty much in automobile racing?
Oh, yes, I think so. And in fact, what we're doing, you may have noticed, is coming back from the bottom. I mean, these cars have not raced before. The engines are not the engines we'd eventually like to have. There'll be more development. This year we are having a development year. I hope that we're going to win a lot next year. And then we have some very more exciting cars up our sleeve in the years to come. So yes, it's long term.
As a matter of fact, Ford's whole product line has changed rather dramatically, has it not, over the last couple of years?
Well, half of our business is outside the United States. We are, I suppose, the strongest worldwide company in the auto business worldwide. We are bringing together all our people and our talents and our engineers. It's very interesting today that of the 4 drivers in the 2 cars, we've got 2 Americans, 1 German, 1 Australian. And it's a wonderful international effort to improve the American breed, really.
But this is really very much an American car, is it not?
Oh, yes, everything. Well, I mean, it's very interesting. People don't know, but very few of the Indy cars were actually built in this country. I mean, and very few of the engines, for that matter. But this car was designed and developed and built here.
Right.
And that's what we have to do. We have to, it may sound funny for somebody to say it with an English accent, but we're determined to do it in America.
Okay, great.
Michael, a lot of people have been using words like revolutionary, radical with this car. You've seen a lot of race cars in your career. How would you figure the Mustangs fit in the sense of history of motorsport?
It's clearly a different way we have gone with the design of the Mustang, leave alone the material selections for a while. We have looked into the rule book and figured out ground effects is of tremendous importance. And then once you have made the decision, and the decision was made what kind of an engine we were going to go for, a small four-cylinder engine. We were studying whether we could put the engine into the front of the car to be able to use the entire underbody from the front of the car right up until to the end undisturbed as an aerodynamic aid. It has worked on the wind tunnel and it has worked on an early prototype, and we are quite pleased with the results we have seen with the actual race car. The secret there is if you go for ground effect or downforce, you would also like to have a body that is as aerodynamic as possible, so to speak. And the body itself would have a drag coefficient of 0.3. Adding the wings and a few flaps, we are already talking 0.5. And this seems to be a pretty good compromise right now between drag, which means high speed, and downforce, which means getting around corners a lot faster, hopefully, than your competition. Now, in terms of materials, we clearly wanted to make a statement about Ford Motor Company's capability of building a car as good as anybody. To me, as a European, it's always been amazing the amount of technology around in this country, and yet there is not a single race car built and designed in the United States that is competitive in road racing. Road racing is totally dominated by imports, and I think we like to change this with this car, and I'm sure if we continue to do what we have done the last couple of weeks and what this race is going to show us today, we've got a pretty good chance.
How important are these cars to motorsport?
Well, I think you should never make the mistake and insulate motorsports from the rest of the corporation. Motorsport can enhance the image we are trying to go for, and we are talking very clearly a different Ford Motor Company than, let's say, only 5 years ago. We're talking about very intelligent designed and built cars, and motorsports is there to support this kind of an approach. And it is, let's say, part of your product story, part of your marketing strategy, part of your sales promotional programs. And only then, if it is really an integrated part of what the company wants to have the public be the public's perception, I think then you have done your job right. So this is an effort which underlines Ford Motor Company's capabilities of being able to build cars as good as anybody, if not better.
You've talked to a lot of people around here this weekend, a lot of the public. What is your sense of their reaction to Ford being here with a car and new Ford race cars?
I do sense not only a great deal of interest, but also a great deal of enthusiasm that there is at least one Detroit manufacturer who's got the guts and is going to take a shot at the imports. The BMWs and the Porsches and the Datsuns and Marches and Lolas, all stuff from Europe or Japan. And there is a certain amount well, I sense an atmosphere that says something like, let's get America back on the feet again. And a very substantial part of America and their industrial strength is the automotive industry, or the automobile industry. And we have lost badly the last 10, 12 years to the imports. And here there is a manufacturer, who's got the guts to do this. I think we'll have a lot of people rooting for us.
What importance is there to production cars of the future that this car has been made in a coordinated effort within the company, and particularly with the aerospace materials and techniques? Is that something that this car is going to? Is this car going to help in the future cars being lighter, more aerodynamic, more efficient?
Our chairman has made it very clear, and he has called this somewhat like a rolling laboratory. And this is pretty much what it is. It tells us a lot about new materials which are right now so expensive, so you couldn't really look at them in terms of applying them to mass production cars. That probably takes another decade. But to get a story of what these things are capable of, this is pretty much what it does. The same is the aerodynamic design. The people who have worked on this car were the same people who have worked the Probe 4. So it's very much a combined effort.